sum that one up? What are you feeling at the moment?
Disappointed about the final result. What I would say is we competed at a very high level tonight without playing great basketball. And when you have two really good teams playing, sometimes the game is a little uglier than what you picture it. And it was certainly ugly there in the first quarter for us. So, for us to turn it over 20 times, it's going to be a tough night. But we competed. There was, I can't fault our effort tonight.
Do you feel like physicality was what brought you back into the game after the start?
It definitely, we probably just thought the flow of the game would be nice. They come out with a great presence, and we didn't respond to that too well. But then once we got in the rhythm of the game, we matched them in all those areas, and it just become a really good basketball game.
You kind of said a pre-game, but do you feel now that you've played against them that that's the competition benchmark?
I only got two teams to compare it to, but when I listen to experts, absolutely.
Their athletes and how difficult was that to score against and get into the offensive play?
They just disrupted us, and we didn't get into the flow. But I would say we got some pretty good athletes and players as well on our roster, so that wasn't concerning. It was more us just looking after the ball more than anything.
But aside to him doing play 10 minutes, a few turnovers early, was it just sort of an off night, or was he didn't really play the last quarter?
Yeah, he got to the foul line. I think that was in the second quarter. He knocked one down. Thought he was going to get, that might have got him going a little bit. Then at the start of the third, I always trust my players, and I want to give him the opportunity to get himself out of it. But then we found a nice group on the floor, and we ran with it. And as you saw in the fourth quarter, we were down 9 at three-quarter time, and we had a shot to win it at the end.
It was obviously so good last Friday night. Is that something that needs some work, that kind of level of consistency?
Look, every athlete is striving for that consistency. In saying that, we have a very good roster, and you saw last week he was terrific. Tonight it was someone else's turn to step up, and that's going to be what a successful team looks like. Is when one of the guys are down, another guy needs to come in and look after his business and help the team.
Guy next to you, what did you make of his night? He had an excellent rebounding game.
Efficient as far as the rebounding speaks for itself, but then his defense, his ability to be disruptive, and then offensively, if he doesn't have something that suits him in an action, he'll move the ball on so the next guy can get himself involved. So I think he'll only get better as he gets more adaptable to the NBL and the Perth Wildcats. And yeah, I'm excited where he can get to and where our team can get to when we get everyone clicking together.
And Elijah, we've got a real look at his ability to shoot the ball late tonight.
Yep. For the people that don't know Elijah Pepper, he's been making those types of plays his whole college career, his whole high school career. So it was great for the fans to see that, but I had some level of expectation for him to do that at some stage in the season.
Are you all clean on the injury front?
Yes, we'll have a full bill of health coming into next week.
And Melbourne United next Friday night, another real test. You look forward to that?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to sit here every week and say who the next game is, and we're going to say if we don't show up, it's going to be a really long night. So I talked to the team afterwards, this was the first time this team had felt a loss. How do we individually and how do we collectively as a team grow and move on from that?
Dylan, how are you adjusting to life in Australia and life in the NBL?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been pretty easy transition living in Perth. I mean, obviously coming in this time of year, great weather, great beaches. It's a great place to live. And then as far as the NBL, it's been good. Coach has done a good job of getting me up to speed with the team and how he wants to operate. And I've felt pretty comfortable pretty quick. And I feel like just keep keep stacking days, and I think we're going to be a really good team.
Become very much known for your rebounding. What do you think makes you so good at that part of your game?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a motor. You gotta have the motor to crash every time. If you're crashing every time, eventually you're gonna get one here and there. Having a knack of feeling where the ball's gonna come off, that's part of it, kind of instincts. But just trying to beat your man to the spot, that's half the battle.
NBL's known for physicality. I mean, is that something you just really relish in? How would you compare that to maybe the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, the NBA is definitely a physical place too. It may not seem like it, but when you're down there banging with 7-footers, and it's a physical place too. But so it's not too hard to adjust to that here. Yeah.
John, just one back on Dylan.
Yeah.
Is he going to make you make a decision around your starting five? Is he pushing for a starting spot?
Oh, of course, I would hope he's not the only one that starts the game on the bench with that mentality. But you saw a glimpse of it last week. I would say his effort tonight was another level. So at some stage, I'm sure he will put the heat onto me.
Just one on Chris Spot.
John, I want to get your thoughts on your captain and how pleased you are to still have him up your sleeve, because he only played 12 minutes tonight, and I know you don't always judge things just on plus and minus, but you went plus 13 with him on the floor. He still has a big impact, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Like you saw last week against Southeast, he made a huge defensive play. When Southeast was starting to mount like a little bit of a run tonight. Like his stat line doesn't dictate his influence on the game at both ends of the floor. Everyone has confidence with him on the floor. He understands how to manipulate a situation to favorable for his teammates. So those things are hard to coach and teach, and I'm glad he's on our squad.
How pleasing is it for you to see young guys grabbing their opportunities? I mean, we saw what Ben did last week, and you did miss him tonight because he had a great game last week, but he grabbed his chance last week, and tonight it was Elijah. How pleasing for you as a coach to see that? Is it?
It's a great opportunity for those guys to stamp their footing on this team and show what they can be about. But if you got to watch these guys practice throughout the week, none of that what happened tonight was surprising. But as this team continues to grow and develop, we have a nice camaraderie about people embracing each other's good moments, So that's what I'm excited about, is like their teammates are excited for each other, and that's key in a long season and when you're trying to achieve a championship.
You might not always be as big as the teams that you're coming up against, but when you've got Christian and Dylan especially rebounding the way they are right now, and 24 rebounds again tonight, off the top of my head, there was a similar figure last week as well. I mean, does that help you play small while also knowing that you're not going to get hurt on the glass?
It certainly does. It's a nice comfort. I think with this roster, you can see we can have some different looks out on the floor depending on who's playing at a high level on the night. Like last week, Almanza and Pinder were very good for us. But tonight it was more like small ball, being able to keep their main guys offensively in front of us. And Christian and Windler did a great job of that tonight.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.